What if the ground beneath your feet had never split apart? 300 million years ago, all our continents were fused into one massive supercontinent called Pangaea. Then, tectonic plates shifted, and everything changed. But what if that drift never happened? Imagine a world where you could walk from the tip of South Africa to the icy reaches of Siberia without ever crossing an ocean. It sounds like a traveler's dream, but the reality would be a planetary nightmare. Most of the Earth's interior would be a scorched, waterless wasteland. Because the landmass would be so vast, moisture from the coast couldn't reach the center. It would be 20 degrees Celsius hotter than our world today. Massive, relentless typhoons would tear through the singular global ocean, while the interior would be ruled by giant reptiles, locked in a permanent, dry heat. If intelligent life managed to evolve in that suffocating isolation, it would be a civilization trapped by its own geography. Think about the seasons. We take them for granted, but they only exist because our planet is tilted at a specific 23-degree angle. If that tilt disappeared, the stability would be terrifying. The equator would be trapped in a permanent humid monsoon, while the poles would sit in eternal twilight. Forget planting crops or enjoying a gentle autumn. Without the rhythm of the seasons, the traditional cycle of agriculture would vanish, and disease would thrive in the never-ending heat of the tropics. We might not even have an industrial revolution, because the drive to create technology was often born from the simple human need to survive a freezing winter. Now, consider the map we know today. What if South America had remained an isolated island, millions of miles from its northern neighbor? For over 100 million years, it was a biological fortress. While the rest of the world was dominated by placental mammals, South America was a strange, wild kingdom of marsupials. Think of it as a massive, prehistoric Australia, filled with pouch-bearing predators and bizarre, armored creatures. When the continents finally connected, it triggered an extinction event. Northern predators flooded south, wiping out the local species in a blink of geological time. If that connection had never formed, we would be living on a planet with a mirror image of Australia's unique wildlife existing right on our own doorstep. But perhaps the most dramatic what-if lies under the North Sea. 8,000 years ago, a vast land known as Doggerland connected Britain to mainland Europe. It was a hiker's paradise of hills and wooded valleys. Then the ocean took it back. A massive underwater landslide triggered a tsunami that erased this world in a single violent stroke. But imagine if that land had held. History would have unfolded without the English Channel. Britain would never have been an island fortress, changing the course of every war, every trade route, and every migration for thousands of years. And maybe the descendants of those ancient hunters would still be walking the hills between London and Berlin today. Some stories don't really end, they just sink beneath the waves, waiting for us to wonder what might have been. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.